Okay, the objective of today's meeting is the introduction of ACCA, the smart route of ACCA, and to discuss how we'll carry this whole journey and something about us as well, right? Okay, let's start with a word change. Do you observe, students, do you observe a change in the environment in last 10-15 years? Okay, forget about the last 2 years. That last 2 years, because of COVID, this was the biggest move. But yes, before COVID, we were seeing a change in last 10-15 years, right? Okay, everywhere smartness is coming. You see, you first saw smart TV, then smart cars, smartphones, smart watches. Everywhere we have seen smartness, technological development, and everywhere we are seeing the change, state, political, legal, environmental, taxation, weather change. You can see the weather change. Even Canada is considered to be a coldest place, and we saw a very sad heat wave in Canada. You guys better knew about it, right? So there is a change going on everywhere, and technology is replacing physical things. 2 days before, I got a call from London, and one of my student, he was working in a company with an investor managing more than 100 properties or 150 properties in London. You know what he told me? He told me that in London, residential property market is going excellent. Tenants are giving rent on time. But believe me, the commercial property market has collapsed because of Amazon. Because Amazon provides everything on the doorstep. So normally people don't prefer any shopping. And after COVID, it's more increased. So many high street retailers, they are going to shut down. They have shifted to online. They are not working physically. So this is a change, except for few necessities. So we can see a change in this. London is a financial hub, considered to be a financial hub, right? So we can see this change there. So everywhere you guys can see a change. So when there is a change in technology, change in political environment, change in weather, change in taxation environment, why not change in education? Yes, there is a change. There is a change in education, and this change we need to discuss today. Okay, right? So I'm going to discuss two types of routes. Please attend very attentively. Look at me very attentively. I'm going to discuss two types of routes in front of you. The first route, I call it traditional route. Traditional route is the route which has been done by our parents, many people in the past, right? Okay, now normally the audience which we are expecting today are normally A levels students, STPM students, or one more category which is O levels, IGSCC, SPM, or UEC audience, right? So normally after A levels, let me explain you with A levels or STPM. After A levels or STPM, traditionally students used to go to university, and they first do bachelor's like BBA. As I'm doing a commerce-based qualification, I'm offering commerce-based qualification. That's why I'm giving you a commerce-based route. So the first thing people used to do was BBA or bachelor's in any commerce qualification. It takes normally 4 years. Then after that, they do MBA, which takes 2 years. So 4 plus 2, 6 years. 4 plus 2, 6 years, right? Okay. Now, sir, is this traditional route good? Yes, if you do it from a ranking university, it's very good. But yes, again, it's a costly journey, right? Okay, I will be discussing the cost as well soon. Now, the second route which we are going to discuss today, the second route because of which we are gathered today, is a smart route. Now, as a student, you may ask, sir, why are you calling this route smart route? Students, I hope you know there are two types of worker. One is hard worker, and the other guy is smart worker. Hard worker works really hard, but what smart workers do? Smart workers uses less resources and gives more output. Less input and more output. That means smart workers saves time and save resources. Time is the biggest resource. So students, why one should join ACCA, because ACCA saves your time. It's a smart route, it's a smart qualification. So before entering in this qualification, keep this thing in mind. I always say this to students, because I teach basic levels as well as advanced level as well. So with respect to time, when after 1 or 2 or 3 years, I remind my student that, you remember guys, I took your orientation class and I gave you admission on the basis of a smart route. So you guys are here to save time, not to waste time. Okay. So this is smart route is ACCA, a UK based chartered accountancy. It's basically a UK based chartered accountancy, right? You guys must know there are different types of chartered accountancies in the world, different types of chartered accountancy. Some are UK based, some are Indian based, some are Pakistan based, some are UAE based, different. So this is UK based chartered accountancy, UK based chartered accountancy. And students, ACCA is almost more than 100 years old. The organization ACCA itself more than 100-year olds. Like they started in 1904. They started in 1904. Now the biggest thing, listen to me, you know for us, me, you, and many organizations, this pandemic, this COVID thing was new, because we saw this first time in our life. But you know what the head of ACCA, in his recent speech said? He said this pandemic was the second experience for us, because ACCA came into existence in 1904. And you guys, if you guys know it or not, there was one more pandemic 100 years before, 1917 to 1920. There was one more pandemic in the past. So ACCA had the experience of that pandemic. So this pandemic was the second one for ACCA. That's why they used their expertise. They conducted remote exams. They do very smart moves when pandemic came. I still remember in the last year 2020, when there was shutdown everywhere. Nobody was conducting, no professional body was conducting exam. ACCA conducted remote exam at that time, so that student can continue their education journey, right? Okay. So coming back to the point, so ACCA is a UK based chartered accountancy. And now how we proceed towards ACCA, what is the journey? Now listen, student, when you come from O levels, IGSCE, SPM, and UEC, definitely you have a low base. You haven't studied more. So first of all, you need to do this thing, which we call FIA. The full form is Foundation in Accountancy. Foundation in Accountancy. Foundation in Accountancy, right? Okay. So it has 7 papers. And it takes almost 1 year to complete. It takes 1 year to complete. Now, listen very carefully. Let me show you these 7 papers, because these are relevant for you. Whenever you join, you have to start from FIA. Now, let me show you these 7 papers. These are the 7 papers, students. FA1, MA1, FA2, MA2, F1, F2, F3. Yes, the new names of F1, F2, F3 are FA. F1 is BT. F2 is MA, Management Accounting, and FA is Financial Accounting. Listen, for those who come from O levels, SPM, okay, IGSC, they have to do all 7 papers. Those who come from O levels or SPM, they have studied less in past, so they need to do all 7 papers. Right? Okay, but those who come from A levels, advanced level, or those who come from STPM, they don't need to give this, and this. They will be eligible for this 4 papers exemption. They will be eligible for these 4 papers exemption, and they will be joining right from the F1, F2, F3, right? Okay. So for A levels and STPM students, you will get 4 papers exemption, and you just have to start from F1, F2, and F3. But those who are coming from O levels, they have to do all 7 papers. They have to do all 7 papers, right? Okay. Now, so After this FIA for O-level students, all 7 papers. For A-levels, only 3 papers. Next level comes is a skills module. Next level, we call it skills module. And in our layman language, some teachers call it ACCA Part 2. The real name is skills module, but in layman language, we sometimes call it ACCA Part 2. In ACCA Part 2, there are 6 papers, total 6 papers, and it takes 1 year. Or if you are very intelligent guy, you complete in 1 year. But if you are normal guy like me, it takes 1.5 years. It takes 1.5 years. It takes 1.5 years. Okay. Now, after this, once you complete skills module, now this is, you have an option to do OBU, BSc Applied Accounting. Now go slow. Now go slow. Listen. This is the real fruit of ACCA. I call this name. That means if you want to join ACCA, this OBU is the biggest attraction. Now, as a student, you may ask, sir, what is this OBU is all about? Listen, this is a real university in Oxford Brookes University, London. See this, Oxford Brookes University. This university is present in London and operating for many years. Now, last 15-20 years back, this university had a collaboration with ACCA. This university had a collaboration with ACCA that whoever completes skills module, whoever completes skills module of ACCA can apply to this university for this degree, BSc degree. And how to take this degree? You just sit in your country, like you sit in Malaysia, and you need to pick one company. You need to pick one company, like you pick Toyota, or you pick Land Cruiser, you pick Mercedes, any company's financial statement. You need to pick any company's financial statement, and you need to write 7,000 words research work, thesis. You need to write 7,000 words research work or thesis, and you need to submit it to UK from your own country, and you will get this degree, Oxford Brookes University London degree. You will get the degree of BSc from Oxford Brookes University London. Now wait, sir, why are you emphasizing that this degree is outclassed? This degree is outclassed. Listen, there are many reasons. The first thing is cost. Listen to me very carefully. This university exists in reality, this university exists. If you go to do BBA or BS from this university, it will take 4 years. Yes, 4 years. And you need to pay around 45,000 pounds to 50,000 pounds. You need to pay around 45 to 50,000 pounds, including everything, for 4 years. And you know how much you need to pay to ACCA? If you are doing this degree through ACCA, you have to pay around 400 pounds or 500 pounds max. This 400 pounds or 500 pounds includes everything. Like it contains the mentoring charges as well as the OBU fees, everything. So just think, if you go to London to study with this university, you will have to pay 45,000 pounds to 50,000 pounds. But the same degree you can take it by sitting at your hometown in just 400 to 500 pounds. So this is the big saving. So first thing is cost saving in this degree. The second thing, this degree is acceptable everywhere. You know, all bachelors are not acceptable worldwide. But yes, this bachelor is acceptable up to this much extent. Listen to me, that I hope you have heard about LSE, London School of Economics. Many students after doing this BSc, they join London School of Economics. So his acceptability worldwide is excellent. One more thing, sir, is there any graduation ceremony conducted by this university? Yes, it is conducted in UK as well as in Dubai and many big countries. So whenever you got this degree, you can attend that graduation ceremony as well. One more question, sir. If we claim this degree by studying in Malaysia, or once and the other student is going to this university and getting this degree, are both degrees are same? Yes, both degrees are same. So this is a very attractive thing, is if you are going to join ACCA, this OBU BSc degree is your real target. Now, telling you one smartness, listen. If you go to traditional route, listen to me very, look at me very carefully. If you go to traditional route, it takes 4 years to do bachelor's. In traditional route, it takes 4 years to go do bachelor's, but in this smart route, FIA take 1 year or even 6 months if you are A level students. If you are A level students, it's 6 months, not 1 year. For O levels, it's 1 year, and then 1.5 year this. So 1 plus 1.5, 2.5, and then you apply for this BSc. So just you can do your BSc in 2.5 years through ACCA. Through ACCA, you can do your bachelor's in just 2.5 years. So just you saved your 1.5 years here. You saved your 1.5 years here. Or I must say like this, I sometimes say to students, no need to do complete ACCA, leave complete ACCA, just do this 1 plus 1.5, 2.5 years and claim this BSc, and then you can do masters from anywhere of any university of the world, okay? So that's the smartness of this qualification. Now, the next step. As a student, you said, sir, I want to do complete ACCA. I want to do complete ACCA. I would say, okay, no issue, right? So the first level was foundation, FIA foundation and accountancy. The second level is a skills module, and the last level of ACCA is professional modules. Is professional modules, right? Professional modules. Sometimes we teachers call it ACCA part 3. ACCA part 3 is professional module. How many papers are there? 4 papers are there. It takes 1 year if you are very, very excellent student, and if you are average student like me, it takes 1.5 years. It takes 1.5 years, okay, right? So now, after completing this professional modules, your education is done. Your ACCA papers education is done, and now people will call you. Now people will call you ACCA affiliate. Now people will call you ACCA affiliate. I repeat, students, listen. FIA is the first level, skills module is the second level, and professional module is the third level. Once you have completed your professional module, your ACCA is done in terms of paper, and people will call you ACCA affiliate. People will call you ACCA affiliate. Now the next step is membership. How to get ACCA membership? Listen, to get the membership, you need to do 3 years articleship, 3 years practical experience. You need to work in an audit firm or any company, even ACCA accept professional teaching as well for the experience. Now, as a student, you will say, sir, why this requirement is? Listen. You know, after just studying books or university, a doctor does not become doctor. Doctor has to do house job. Then he becomes doctor. Similarly, we accountants work needs to work practically in an audit firm, in a practical environment, so that we learn the real life things, so that we learn the ethics and all, right? So these are the requirement to become ACCA member. Now, as a student, you may ask, sir, you were telling about smartness in this route, where your smartness has gone? Listen, 1 year, 1.5 year, and 1.5 year again. 1.5 and 1.5, it's almost 4 years. And after 4 years, if we do 3 years practical experience, after 4 years education, if we do 3 years practical experience, it will take 7 years. So this, your qualification is not smart. So the answer is, listen, you don't need to start your practical experience once you complete your ACCA. No. During your ACCA journey, like if you are in skills module, you can start your internship, you can start your articleship, right? Okay, and this is what the routine behavior students, that with studies they do job, with studies they do work, okay? So once your studies are done, your practical experience is also done, right? This is how people go. All over the world, okay? Now, the next thing, once you have completed, once you become ACCA member, like you have done the papers, plus 3 years practical experience. Now, what award you are going to get? Listen, You know, the Malaysian government, the question is, what Malaysian government thinks about ACCA? What Malaysian government ranks to ACCA? They rank ACCA equivalent to masters. They rank ACCA equivalent to masters. That means the day you have got ACCA membership, the next day you get this master's degree in accountancy Malaysia, master's degree in accountancy Malaysia. You will be called masters in accountancy in Malaysia. So this is not an ordinary thing. This is no, you will get the equivalency on the same day. You will get the equivalency on the same day, right? Then last but not the least, this is an optional thing. This is optional thing. This started 6 years before. ACCA joined hands. ACCA UK joined hands with University of London. University of London. What is this? This is an option that after doing ACCA, you can join this university online from your own country, and you can claim this MSc in 6 to 8 months. You can do this MSc in 6 to 8 months. You just have to appear in 2 to 3 online papers and one thesis. 2 to 3 online papers and one thesis. Now you will say, sir, what is the attraction in this MSc? The real attraction in this MSc is this name, University of London. University of London. If you just type on the Google the word University of London, University of London, you will come to know this is the top 5 ranking university. This comes under the top 5 ranking universities of the world. And there is a list of 50 presidents, around 50 presidents of the world. They have studied from this university. I can just tell you one name. I hope you remember that guy, South African guy, Nelson Mandela. Yes, that guy also studied from this University of London. That guy also studied from this University of London. So this is a very super hit university. And yes, this MSc is optional, not mandatory. If you want to do it, then you can. Okay. So now let's compare the two routes. Let's compare the two routes and the outputs of two routes. Let's compare the two routes and the output of two routes. The first route I told you was traditional route. In traditional route, you have 6 years. You need to spend 6 years, and in these 6 years, you get bachelors and masters of your own country. You get bachelors of and masters of your own country. But here with ACCA, you need how much time you need to invest? 1 year in FIA, 1.5 year in skills module, 1.5 years in professional. 1 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, that is 4 years, and then 6 to 8 months in this MSc from University of London. So it takes 4.5, or let's call it 5 years. Okay, so in these 5 years, how many things you are getting? In these 5 years, how many things you are getting? Look at me. You are getting a professional qualification, ACCA, a professional chartered accountancy. You are getting a professional chartered accountancy. Number two, you are getting bachelor's from UK, bachelor's BSc from UK. You are getting MSc from University of London. Then you are getting Malaysian Institute equivalency, masters in accountancy from MIA. Kanchala has just written it. So all these things, UK based chartered accountancy, bachelor's from UK, masters from UK, masters from Malaysia, all these things you are getting in just 5 years. So dear students, this route is much more time saving. This route is much more time saving and also cost effective as compared to university routes, Okay, now I will give answers of all the questions. Let me see the questions. Wait. Yes. There is a question. Hi, sir. Is there any mock exam will be provided for the students? Yes, we do. But this thing I will tell you later. It's a part of my lecture. I will discuss. Don't worry. Yes, we provide learning material as well. We provide learning material as well. Now, one more thing. ACCA, there are certain things which we call the power of ACCA. The first thing is smartness. The first thing is smartness, and the second thing, and the second thing is the flexibility. I love this word, flexibility. And in last 2 years, we have seen only those organizations survive, those who are flexible. Those who were rigid, they are no more. They are no more now. They are no more. We have seen. So flexibility is very important. So now, how can I prove you the flexibility of ACCA? Listen. The first thing, for example, one student joined ACCA here from FIA. Okay, one student joined ACCA from this FIA, right? And he studied almost 1 year. He studied 1 year and he did almost 5 to 6 papers in Malaysia, right? Now that guy wants to move to Canada. That guys want to move to UK. That guys want to move to India. Anywhere that guys want to move. Yes, he may. And he can continue remaining ACCA there. He can continue remaining ACCA there. Why? Because your ACCA is in more than 100 countries and your relation is with UK, ACCA, UK all the time. So you are no more bound with any country. You can move anywhere. You can move anywhere. The second thing, for second flexibility, you started ACCA and you studied 2-3 papers in Malaysia. Now you are going for vacation to Singapore. Yes, go and you can take your papers there. You are going for vacation or to somewhere, Thailand. Yes, go and you can take the paper there. So the centers are worldwide. You can attempt your paper anywhere, right? Third thing, one student started ACCA. One student started ACCA and he gave almost 7 papers in 1 year. Now, after 1 year, he has some financial issues or any issue, medical issue, financial issue. So he left. What I would recommend to that student, leave ACCA now. Leave ACCA now for 2-3 years. Leave it. If you don't have financial thing, leave it and do your job or something. After 2-3 years, if you want to join ACCA, yes, you may join, and you will join from the same papers which you were left. So no more time wasting. This thing is not available in universities, right? So this is one more flexible thing with ACCA. One more thing which I say, ACCA, if you have seen the logo of ACCA, you must visit the website of ACCA. You will find this thing. This is the logo of ACCA. Think ahead. What does it mean? ACCA always look the future. They see the future. They prepare you for future things. Okay, so still in many universities, still the A levels, still the O levels you guys have done, the papers are conducted on paper and pen. You guys give papers on paper and pen. But believe me, if you go to practical world now, everywhere there are softwares. Even the smallest organization of the world, they do accounting in Excel. Right? Okay, so the issue is, in past, ACCA was also based on paper and pen. So students used to study on paper and pen, and then when they used to go to audit firm or industry, the employer had to give them training of IT. So it consumed almost 2 to 3 months of the employer. But since last 5 years, since 2016, ACCA has been shifted to CBE. All our qualification top to bottom is CBE computer based. And yes, we teach students how to make financial statements on Excel. So this skill we teach you in class. So now when you go to the industry, now as an ACCA student will go to the industry, so you will be accepted more as compared to university students, because you have these skills. With you, right? Okay, so this thing is also very flexible. One more thing, ACCA prepares you not locally. not for your own country. They prepare you for global thing. They prepare you for global thing. And yes, you have seen, we have seen the effect of globalization now. Because of COVID, the biggest beneficiaries were IT companies. The biggest beneficiary of COVID was IT and technological companies. You know this. And now because of technology, you guys can give service to USA guys by sitting in Malaysia. You guys can give service to UK people by sitting in Malaysia. This is what happening. Outsourcing, companies are outsourcing their departments. Just think, there is a company in New York, giving you a practical example. This is a real example. Look, listen to me very carefully. You know, in 2020 when COVID came, so the effect of COVID was extreme in New York. And you know, New York is a financial hub and very expensive place. Even if a small room, a very little hotel room is very expensive in New York. And everything, all the salaries, everything, the cost of living of New York is very high. So because of COVID thing, New York went into lockdown. So all companies of New York, they just allowed their employees to work from home. So within 2 or 3 months, they realized that when our employees are working from home and we are paying them high salaries, so why not we hire employees from Texas? Because in United States, some places are expensive and some are little cheap. So New York is very expensive, but the employees of Texas and other areas of USA are cheaper. So they started hiring employees from Texas. Then suddenly they realized, when we are hiring employees from Texas, why not we hire employees from other countries? Why not we hire employees from Malaysia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka? Just think, so that they can save the cost. So this thing is very common. I know many of my students, because I'm teaching in more than 40 countries now. So they are providing services to many foreign entities. So now ACCA prepares you for globalization, not for your own country, not for just one country. And that's the biggest benefit. Giving you one practical example, there is a paper in ACCA in this professional module, and that paper is SBL. That paper is SBL, Strategic Business Leader. I love this paper. This is, in this paper, you find only one question, one big scenario. They give you real life case, and that case normally comes from the real event happened in the world in the same year. Like, I give you one example. You might have heard about this Airbnb thing. You all must know about this Airbnb thing. This, in easy word, this Airbnb is the Uber of hotel industry, of hotel industry. You guys well aware about this, that when Uber came, Uber simply clean sweep all taxi business, right? Same they are doing. Airbnb, because of Airbnb, we as an individual, we can give one spare room of our house to tourist or anybody on rent on daily basis. So because of Airbnb, each and every house has become hotel now. Each and every house has become hotel now. So they, in SBL exam, they gave this scenario, that now what are the challenges for hotel industry, how they can do competition with Airbnb. So these practical things comes in ACCA. These practical things comes in ACCA, right? So ACCA prepares you globally, not locally. ACCA prepares you globally, not locally. Now, last but not least, as a student, you may ask, sir, in last half an hour or last 35 minutes, you just discussed about the qualification. You just discussed about the qualification. Sir, kindly introduce yourself. Who are you? So my name is Mustafa Ahmed Mirchawala, and I've been teaching for last 18 to 19 years. And I not only teach ACCA, but also I am a corporate trainer. I give services, corporate training to different multinationals for IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, sometimes taxation issues like that, right? Okay. And my papers are financial reporting of all level, like basic financial accounting, advanced, super advanced. Even I teach ICW corporate reporting as well. And I also teach taxation. I also teach taxation as well, right? Okay. And yes, I'm also a vlogger. I sometimes make professional videos, awareness videos for students, so that they understand the real life thing. They get communication skills. They get they have interviewing problems. Sometimes they don't know how to make resume, or the CV things. They do workplace blunders. So I do training in lot of aspects. I do training, right? Okay. Now the next thing is, what when this institute Mirchawala's Hub of Accountancy, the name of our organization is Mirchawala's Hub of Accountancy, they came in this world. The institute started in 2009, but the people working in this institute are working since 2003 or 2002, right? Now the question is, why we started this institute? In past, before 2009, the star faculty of ACCA were roaming here and there. One star teacher was teaching at X institute, one was teaching at Y institute, one at Z institute, right? So our leader Subhan Mirchawala, my elder brother, he gathered all teachers, all super teachers, star teachers at one platform. So the first thing why Mirchawala Institute came into existence is the human resource faculty. And you can search our faculty anywhere. And you can search our results. You will be amazed, right? Okay. The second thing is grooming students. Believe me, in terms of technical knowledge, ACCA is excellent. In terms of technical knowledge, ACCA is outclassed. But there was one deficiency in ACCA in past, that ACCA students used to study non-stop, study. There was no social life. There was no grooming of students. Like after becoming chartered accountant, when people call them on the stage, they couldn't speak. So nowadays, the communication skills, the soft skills is also equally important. Nowadays, the chartered accountant is a complete package. CFO has to communicate with the board, right? So communication skills are very, very important. So the day we started our institute, from that day we conducted many sessions to groom our students. This is the routine thing, right? And the one more specialty of our students, of our institute, is our outclass results. Let me show you some of our nationwide and worldwide position. Listen, this is these positions. See the students, these are our positions. See the world top. These are recent position. This is March 2021. March 2021 attempts, 7 positions in one go. 7 positions in one go, right? See this KSA top. So these all positions, these 7 in just one attempt. One more thing, there is a paper SBR, continuous 3 positions from Saudi in September 2020, December 2020, and March 2021. So dear student, these things are not a joke. We are working from Pakistan, and we are getting positions in other countries. In the recent June 2020 attempt, my students scored Ireland top in F7 paper. So these things are not a joke. Ireland is not a village. Ireland is not a village. There are many big institutes in Ireland, and we guys are working from our country in Ireland, and we are scoring position. So this is one of the biggest achievement. Ireland is the hub of many American companies. Even Apple company has more than 5,000 to 10,000 employees in Ireland. There is a big center of Apple company in Ireland. So when there are so many American companies working there because of the low tax rate of Ireland, so they definitely need the professionals as well. And when they need professionals, they need good institutes. So already there are many institutes, but still we are getting positions in Ireland. So this is one of the biggest achievement for us. And we welcome all of you, that if you join us, we commit you to provide the same quality education. Yes. And now one more thing which I need to address you guys, that once you join us, we will not only teach you, but we have a very strong testing system. We have a very strong testing system in our organization. Like back in the school days, you guys used to have test every week. We also conduct test every week, and in the end we do mock, even not for the basic level students, not for the basic level, but for the advanced or super advanced, even for the strategic level students. We mark the sheets, even I personally mark the sheets of students. I give them proper feedback that what are your mistakes and what are your issues. That's how our students score the positions and score good scores. So it's a proper teamwork, right? Okay, let me tell you some of our star faculty members. You can also search them. Listen, uh, first of all, I would like to say Mr. Ahmed Shafi we have. He teaches all major papers like F2, F5, F8, F9. F8 is AA, F9 is FM and AFM. Then I myself, Mr. Mustafa Mirchawala, I teach FA, which is F3, F7, which is FR, F6, which is TX, SBR, and ICW corporate reporting, as well as IFRS diploma. Then we have Uwais Mirchawala. He teaches BT, which is F1, F4 law, ATX, AAA, and ICW SBM. Then we have Subhan Mirchawala. He teaches SBL. He teaches SBL, right? So this is our star faculty. You can search on Google, anywhere, any social platform, and you can have our feedback there. Now, one last thing, that this is FIA. In FIA, there are total 7 papers. In FIA, there are total 7 papers, 7 papers. Listen to me. FA1, MA1, FA2, MA2, F1, F2, F3. Listen. FA1 is basic financial accounting. MA1 is basic cost and management accounting. For those students who join from O levels or SPM, they need to do first these 2 papers, this pair. They need to do with this pair, FA1, MA1. Then after that, FA2, MA2. FA2 is little advanced financial accounting. MA2 is little advanced cost and management accounting. They do the second pair. This first pair take 2.5 months. This second pair takes 2.5 to 3 months. Okay. And then they do F2 and F3. F3 is more advanced financial accounting, and this is more advanced cost and management accounting. This takes 3.5 months almost. Now, these 3 are pairs: FA1, MA1, FA2, MA2, and F3, F2. These are basically pairs. Now, one paper is left, which is called F1 or BT. Student, this is basically a theory paper. This is basically a theory paper which contains human resource, leadership, how to hire employees, how to fire employees, how to motivate employees, what is microeconomics, what is macroeconomics, what is ethics, what is auditing, what is corporate governance. So it's like a mixed plate. It's like a mixed plate of theoretical paper. It goes along with the whole FIA, right? Okay, it's a big paper. So these are 7 papers, but remember, only O levels guys or SPM guys have to do this all 7 papers. But if you are from STPM background or A levels background, you will get 4 papers exemption, and you just start your journey with BT, MA, and FA. BT, MA, and FA, right? Okay. Now, let me share my Malaysian team numbers. These are the contact details of our Malaysian team, and this is my number as well, because we are also very close to our students. If you have any query anytime, you can directly even contact to the trainer, you can contact to the Prasad, you can contact Kanchla. So our team members are ready to serve you anytime. And now I would welcome you guys for question answers. Let me see the questions. In FIA, there's a question. In FIA, there are total 7 papers. I've just discussed. In FIA, there are total 7 papers. Then, is there any revision classes provided before the examination? Yes. For ACCA Part 2, we always conduct the revision days. Just like this is the month of August, and in the next attempt we have September attempt. So we always conduct free webinars. We conduct free webinars for our students so that they can understand how to use the software. They can do the exam techniques. They can do the latest past papers as well. Yes, we conduct revision days. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. One guy is, hello, sir. Thank you for your session. Really amazing information shared. I would like to check, can we sit for exemption? Yes, there are now we have remote options as well by sitting at your home, but you must have a good internet connection for that, right? So you can easily give paper at your home too. Yes, this flexibility is there. Is there any mock exam? Yes, I have already answered this. We provide mock exam. Can the student download the learning material? Yes, for the books and the our practice questions, we allow them to download the book PDF is downloadable. But yes, the videos are never downloadable. Definitely, that's our intangible asset. Any more questions, please?
Hello, Sir Mustafa.
Yes.
Yeah, to add on to whatever you have shared just now, so to those SPM students that achieve for principal accountant, if they got A or A minus or A plus, they will be exempted from one paper from the FIA, which is the F1. So that means you only need to do 6 papers from the FIA.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
for those who scored A in SPM, right?
Yeah, SPM for principal accountant. It's one of the
Yes.
account subject in the SPM.
So they will get one exemption, FA1.
Yes.
They will get this FA1 exemption. SPM, if you have A grade, if you have A grade in SPM in one paper, which
Principal accountant, yeah.
okay.
Accounts.
So accounts paper. So you will get FA1 exemption as well. One paper exemption they are giving for SPM lab paper as well. As those who have done SPM as well. So now it's time to, I think there are no more questions. So we
There is a
welcome
few more questions below down there.
below down.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I understand. So, can you brief us about IFRS diploma course from Naveen?
Naveen,
Yes.
IFRS diploma.
Yes. He asked.
Yes, IFRS diploma is basically a diploma which is done by different types of people. One category is that category, those students uh, who are around 25 to 30 years old or 35 years old, and they didn't have get any professional qualification yet. So they can do IFRS diploma and they can learn all international financial reporting standard, because at that age, at the age of 30 or 35, now you can't do complete qualification of 14-15 papers. So IFRS diploma is the biggest attraction for you, first route. Second, there are some chartered accountants, qualified chartered accountant, they did chartered accountancy 5 years or 7 years or 8 years back. So now they have forgotten all these standards because new accounting standards have came in. So they can upgrade themselves with the latest accounting standard by doing this IFRS diploma, right? And this IFRS diploma papers are done twice a year, June and December, right? And you have just two types of fees in IFRS diploma. The one is only examination fees and the second is tuition fees. There are two fees. And yes, it is comparatively, the cost is just 10% of what you spend on total ACCA. The cost is almost just 10% of what you spend on total ACCA. So it's cost effective also. So whoever wants to join IFRS diploma, they can send us a message after class. I've made a short video as well. I'll share the course outline of IFRS diploma, the real past papers PDF of IFRS diploma, then the demo class of IFRS diploma. Everything I'll share you in person, right? So you can message me or you can contact Kanchala as well. Kanchala is all time active.
And there is another good news from ACCA Malaysia. they are offering for SPM students. For those who are registering for the first time as an ACCA student, there will be 50% discount, and this is offered until December of this year.
Yes, one good news Kanchala has just shared that ACCA Malaysia has offered you SPM guys,
Yes.
50% discount if you do registered before December. So guys, you should avail this offer because they are helping you in this COVID time, because of COVID, a lot of people incomes got affected. So ACCA is with you. Even we are with you as well. We are also the Prasad and Kanchala has made some good package for you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Okay, I think I have some questions were asked previously by some resources outside. Mustafa,
Yes,
can
yes.
we conduct a session, a small introduction session, just specifically on IFRS that you are specialized in?
Yes. I would like to. I told you that we'll conduct a separate
Yeah.
session
Yeah,
for
yeah.
IFRS diploma.
I will do
Let's
that.
arrange it. Let's arrange it.
Okay, okay, thank you. I
Thank
think
you. Thank you.
I think it has been fabulous, a fabulous session, Mustafa. I think there is no word to describe your knowledge and experience in this industry. And we
Yeah.
thank you very much again
Thank
for
you.
such a great session. And dear friends, we will be in touch with you all in person to follow up on whatever concern that you have. And we will arrange certain demos. And also, if you like to talk to
Yes.
Mustafa, we will arrange it personally as well. Feel free to message us, and especially to
We
Kanchala.
listen. One message I would like to give to audience, Prasad. Audience, please listen. One dialogue. Quality starts and ends with actions, not words. Quality starts and ends with actions, not words. So we will prove you through our actions. You can see our demo class, 2 3 demo class. First watch it and then you can join us. You will find a difference. I'm sure about the difference. Whenever any student watch our demo, they give us a different feedback. Sir, we haven't seen such a quality education.
Yeah, I personally experienced that,
Yes,
sir.
this
And
is
I
the
saw the result.
these are the words of Kanchala.
Yeah.
Technically,
Thank
guys,
you.
for your information, Kanchala took off and go for his class, and she has made a very. She convinced me that this is a good cause. Being a
Yes.
person from completely off the accounting radar, I think after listening to what Mustafa has said and see his demo classes, personally, I'm myself so convinced. So, guys, I think not just excellency or his quality, but even when it comes to cost, ACCA is in our favor, Mirchawala is in our favor. So please talk to us. This is the perfect time to build your own future. Yep.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Mr.
Thank you. Take
Mirchawala,
care. Take
Mustafa,
care.
for your
Thanks for
time.
your time, students. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you, PK.
Good job, Angela. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, PK.